Hi, welcome to my shop. I'm going to do a little project on my old south bin a little bit here. This is a 1941 16-inch south bin, and you can see on top the oilers for him. And we have a shaft we're working on in here. We got to turn this down up to that white line just a little bit. I've been doing some work on it, so I'll tell you about that as we're going. But first you got to, on these ones, go over and start your oilers up. And then I have a drum switch on there. This is how I turn drum switches on. Quick. Alright, I've already got this set up. All we got to do is start cutting on it now. Should catch up there pretty soon. This is the shaft that we're working on. We got some splines we're going to end up putting on there, and I had a snap ring groove, Woodruff key. I think these are D-temps. I'm not sure how this works. And another Woodruff key. Snap ring groove. Sorry about that. So to put in my snap ring groove, I use a tool like this. You can get different size inserts for different size grooves and stuff. That's pretty handy. And also for cutting the detent rings, I guess you call them, I don't know. I took a high-speed steel bit, ground it, and sharpened it, and that's what I'm using to cut the detent grooves in with. And when we get done here, we'll go up to the milling machine where I got it set up for cutting the 19 splines. I'll show you how that's going to work. I think I'm going to do, so we have 19 splines, so I think I'm going to position the camera in 3 positions and do 6 splines in each camera position. So it might be kind of interesting. You'll get some good views of me cutting splines, I guess. So when we get up to the white line, that's as far as we need to go. Only had to take about 30 thousandths off of here. This is an 1.25" shaft, and I'm using stress-proof material. I had to relieve this area just a little bit where the splines were. I already made one of these shafts and I didn't cut that down. I thought it was the same size, but it actually wasn't. So I took out 30 thousandths off here. Maybe it's only 20. Something like that. Alright, there we go. Set off the oilers. Alright, now we're going to go up to the mill. Alright, well, we're back up to the mill now. This is my Cincinnati Toolmaster. Can't read that very good, but it is a Toolmaster. And my little L&W dividing head set up here for 19 splines. You can only get about a 7/8 hole through there. And then here is the, oops, L&W. Oh, let's start making splines. A little coolant going on. Got a limit switch stop set up there, so when we come over here we'll stop, and that way it makes all your splines will stop and look, well, look like they're supposed to. They all stop in the same spot anyway. Show you how it works. We'll be coming up on it pretty soon here. Okay, there we stop. Wrapping it back. Okay. Now I'm going to reposition the camera. Alright, got the camera repositioned. Here we go. Second set is done. Okay, look at the coolant going. Turn it down. There you go. Alright, now we're going to try another position. I think at first it needs a microphone when you're doing these things, because sometimes I can't hear my voice. So we're going to start the machine up and go on this one. Coolant first. Here, I don't need much. Turn on the power key and let it go. This way you'll actually be able to watch me turn the crank to the correct numbers to get to the next spline. You don't need a lot of coolant on there. Go into rapid. Move the sector bar, take the brake off, 1 turn, 2 turns, 2 holds. Put the brake on and go again. Now I'm going to move you to back to the first position so you can see the final cuts coming up. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Now you can see we have a few splines left to do. 2 or 3, I can't remember for sure. Spline that we're cutting there. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. Now, if we're lucky, this should all be done. Sometimes, I already did one of these shafts, so the depth should be right. But if the depth's not right, then you got to feed in a few more thousandths or whatever you decide on, and repeat this same process until your coupler, fits over the splines. Okay, so we got all of our splines cut, and this is the other shaft that I made. So I'll have to loosen the tailstock, slide it back, and then I have to take the coupler, and if everything works right, it goes on like so. If it don't, I'll have to take another pass and go all the way around the thing again, so it can be kind of time consuming. I think when I did this shaft last night, it took me about 15 minutes to put those splines on there. Not too bad the first time, and then I had to do it 2 times after that, I think, before I finally got it. So this one should be right. So anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, so we're back here. My depth wasn't quite right, so I had to go back and take another 10 thousandths off of all these splines again, because I could get my coupler to go maybe halfway one way, and then I turned it the other way and only go about a third of the way on. So like I say, I had to take another 10 thousandths off. But now coupler slides on one way, Slides on the other way, just like it's supposed to. Alright, so there's our shafts. And what I use to check the depths with is this gear gauge. This is a digital one I got off the internet. I know you can get Starrett's, and Brown and Sharp makes them, but they still bring pretty good price on the internet. This was I can't remember, 65 or 75 bucks I paid for this. I kind of liked it because it's digital. You don't have to read the vernier scale. So if my finger here was a spline, you'd come over the top to measure it one way, and you can bring it down the other way to measure the height, so that gives you your width and your height of your spline or your gear tooth. Well, that's going to get you close, because if your cutter is not the exact same cutter that the original shaft was cut with, you're going to have to make changes. And the only way to do that is get a good estimate with something like this, or however you choose to do it. But the best check is to make sure that your splines fit. Kind of a go no-go gauge, you know. And these couplers they're not new, they're wore. So I had to make them fit the best I could, because they're obsolete. So I had to make three, two of them with splines, and then one we just put a keyway on it, because, like I say, these couplers are obsolete. And then this is just a standard 1¼ inch shaft coupler. We're going to try this on there and see if that'll work for them. So, now that concludes this video. Thanks for watching.